Hey guys, and welcome to part 2 of our Nintendo E3 2018 predictions discussion. If you missed part 1, there's a link for it in the description down below, where we talked about everything Smash Bros. Related. In part 2, we'll talk about everything else that Nintendo could be showing at the show. With that said, let's get started. Well, oh my goodness, so moving on from Smash, Nintendo will probably have other stuff there. I've got a whole laundry list of stuff, but
so do I.
Tom, why don't you give us a prediction for something, Tom?
So, we're probably going to see Metroid Prime 4. I feel like it might not come out this year. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But we're going to see either just a little bit of gameplay or some sort of teaser for Metroid Prime 4.
I completely agree. That was on my list. I think we'll get a very short teaser, maybe showing us a very minimal amount of gameplay, but probably cutscene mainly for the early portions of the game. But I don't think any major information will be revealed, because I think that's going to be their main focus at next year's E3.
Yeah.
I completely agree. I think, well, when they revealed that logo last year, I mean, the internet freaked out. So you gotta have Metroid Prime 4 in some capacity at E3 this year, but I also agree, I don't think it's coming out this year. I actually think it's probably holiday 2019, honestly. So making it, of course, a big focus for E3 in 2019. But I do think we are going to get some maybe 30-second teaser. But with Metroid Prime 4, I think the big announcement, they're going to talk about it, but I think the big announcement that they're going to have alongside that is the Metroid Prime trilogy coming to Switch. Because it's been like 10 years since Metroid Prime 3. There's a lot of people, myself included, that is one of my biggest gaming sins, is that I have not played the Metroid Prime trilogy. Put it on Switch, that thing is going to sell crazy.
I haven't played the trilogy. I regret.
I think they're going to put it on Switch. I think they're going to make it upscale a little bit, make it look a little better, but otherwise leave the game untouched.
Agreed.
I also have not played the Metroid Prime trilogy, although I have been wanting to buy it.
Yeah, it's been on my backlog forever, but if they put it on the Switch, well, there you go.
It's been on my backlog too, but my backlog's 80 games long.
Well, what about you, Keyblade? What's your next prediction?
My next prediction? Do we want to wait for later to do third-party stuff? Because I have a lot of third-party stuff on here. You want to start with the first-party stuff?
Well, we can actually jump into third-party, because I have a little something to say on it as well, but why don't you go first?
I'll save my more wacky ones for later. I'll do something Nintendo. Oh, this one's a little crazy, but it's Nintendo, so this one's a little wacky, but I'll go with it. Paper Mario's going to get a collection, and it's going to be at least the first 2 games upscaled in HD.
Oh, man.
Paper Mario 64 and Paper Mario 1000 Year Door coming together as a collection.
That could be really cool, but Nintendo usually just stick to one game rather than 2. I don't know. That something just tells me that Nintendo would only do one or the other.
And it better be 1000 Year Door.
Yeah.
Man, I want that to happen so badly. I actually haven't played the 1000 Year Door. I've played the original, but I've yet to play the 1000 Year Door. And getting that on Switch because I love the art style of Color Splash, and I want to see them kind of maybe use that in a 1000 Year Door remake or remaster or something. Because my god, that's just a gorgeous game, and 1000 Year Door, from what I hear, is pretty amazing. So definitely get that on the Switch. I would love to see that happen. Don't know if I can quite get behind that actually happening at E3.
Alternatively, they could give us all the middle finger and make Sticker Star in HD.
No.
That I can see happening.
Good lord. That would be just inexcusable.
It's Nintendo. You can never predict these things.
This is very
true.
If we're talking about third-party stuff or just third-party developers or whatever, there was actually that leak, quote unquote, that came out a couple days ago.
Have I got things about that?
So this leak, again, totally not confirmed or anything. But it mentions that, so it's basically this image, and I'll leave it on the video screen for you guys to see. It's basically an image that shows that Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Fortnite, Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, FIFA 19, Killer Queen Black, which is like an arcade game, it's not very well known, Starlink Battle for Atlas, Paladins, Overcooked 2, and Mario Tennis Aces will be at E3 this year in Nintendo's booth. And a couple industry insiders on Twitter have been saying that some of these are actually true. They were at Judges Week. Of course, we have no way of actually knowing that 100%, but some of these people have good track records. And honestly, I believe this.
I do not. I do believe the first 4 will come to Switch. And I do believe that at least 2 of them will be shown off at E3. Probably Fortnite's probably one of them, and the other one's probably Dragon Ball. However, the reason I don't believe this is, I mean, if you take a look at the picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
All these are third party, with one big exception: Mario Tennis. It's not a third party game. If they were doing this, they would. If this was truly what they claimed it to be, which was like a picture of games playable on the showroom floor, Smash would be on that list, and so would Splatoon 2. And if this was just the third parties, Mario Tennis Aces wouldn't be on it. I don't know about any of the like Overcooked or Killer Queen being ported. I mean, I'm all for more games for the Switch, but those just don't seem like they'd cause that big of a splash, and they definitely don't seem like the kind of games that are E3. Fortnite is, Dragon Ball is, and I guess Paladins is, but
so
my hatred of Paladins will live on forever. But I could see the first 4 coming, but the other 4 I don't believe.
As much as I'm not into Fortnite and Overwatch, they could probably be in. They could probably be at E3.
If Overwatch came to Nintendo Switch, I would buy it again.
There's another kind of point for this leak, if you want to call it that, rumor, whatever, is the Killer Queen Twitter their profile picture and their cover photo are just completely black. Like, it's just black, which is kind of letting people think, like, well, does this mean something now that this leak, quote unquote, has come out? I do think, I also noticed that too. I think it's a little weird, like, why isn't Smash on here? Where is literally any other Nintendo game besides Mario Tennis? And I don't know if I believe this document more so than I believe these announcements happening. And I don't think all of these necessarily have to be in Nintendo's E3 presentation. There's always lots of little random announcements spliced throughout E3 that just randomly happen, like maybe not even during a presentation. So I could see all of these happening at some point during E3, because I think now is the time, like, all these third-party companies are realizing, crap, the Switch is amazing. Let's get our games on there now. So I think this is still kind of that period where people are porting their old games and not necessarily developing new ones yet. And I could see all of these happening, but I wouldn't... Fortnite and Dragon Ball FighterZ are the big ones there. I could see those being in their video presentation, but I could see all of these getting confirmed at some point during the show.
Now, do we know when Killer Queen changed their profile picture and things? Do we know if that was after this came out, or do we know if it was before?
We don't know exactly. As far as I know, no one knows exactly when this happened, but it's just a little bit of a weird piece of nugget of information.
Or it could just be Twitter bugging out.
Well, that's definitely not out of the realm of possibility.
We all know Twitter.
Well,
but I could see at least a few of those coming. Dragon Ball FighterZ, I guarantee you that's coming to the Switch. And Fortnite, it's on everything else. It's on mobile. It can be on Switch.
Yeah.
I do think, just speaking in a general sense, a lot of third-party stuff is going to get confirmed for the Switch. I think now's the time that, like, we've already gotten a good smattering of third-party offerings, but I think now, like, they're really gonna start coming.
It saddens me that Monster Hunter picked that and not Monster Hunter World to bring to Switch. It saddens me.
Yeah, well, maybe it'll happen eventually. Maybe.
Don't get my hopes up.
Well, my next prediction is that Yoshi, whatever that game is on the Switch, I think it's going to get re-revealed at E3 this year. We do know that it's being developed by Goodfeel, and as we know, Yoshi's Woolly World was in development hell for years. And I feel maybe a similar situation happened to this one, whatever it's called, but I think it's going to get re-revealed at E3 this year, and I actually think it's going to be in August as a release date.
Yeah,
give-
they're probably
give
going to
the game a
establish
title.
the gameplay. Yeah, a title, but they're also probably going to establish more of the gameplay and the main mechanic as to it. I think they did show it last year a little bit. Like you throw things in the distance and
Yeah,
things like that.
It's
Yeah,
like you can flip the world around.
Yeah,
and stuff.
flipping around like from like behind and what's the word? Like, it's hard to put in words. Yeah.
No, I know what you mean. It's got like the different like 2D, like you can look at like different sides of the world. It's just really weird. But like they had that, they were playing that in the Treehouse last year, which made me think it was actually further along than Kirby Star Allies, and then that came out. So it's really weird that we haven't seen anything from this game yet. But I think it's got to be at E3. If it was at E3 last year with Mario Odyssey being the focus, I mean, it can be a Smash Brothers focused E3 too.
There's a slight suspicion that I have where it might be cancelled,
Oh god.
but I don't know. It's
be
probably a bit
terrible.
unlikely. Because
It's-
like
It is Yoshi though. Yoshi's big.
The announcement last year came at a bit of a weird time because it was just after Metroid Prime 4. So like people were screaming of excitement about that, and then like, oh yay, new Yoshi game, like, and that's it. It's a bit like there's a faint worry that there might not be that much excitement for the new Yoshi game. So I hope that it's still going.
No, I can see where you're coming from there, but you haven't heard anything about it. The thing that just kind of gives me confidence that it's still happening is, again, Woolly World went off the map for like a year and a half or something. Maybe even 2 years before we saw it again, and it looked completely different when it got the re-reveal. But then it came out, and I thought it was pretty good. So,
You want to talk about Woolly World going off the map? Let's talk about Breath of the Wild getting
too.
revealed in 2013, and then getting nothing for 3 years straight.
That is also true. So, maybe.
I think
we'll see it. Maybe we won't.
I think Yoshi's gonna get something. I think they're gonna reveal what the name of the game is, and probably a release date.
Yeah, I think so too. And I would peg this as like an August title, like a month where like not a lot of stuff is coming out. Kind of give Yoshi a bit of room to breathe. Well, who's got a prediction for me? Keyblade, what do you got next?
Fire Emblem Switch will be revealed for release early next year.
I agree. I actually, that's actually literally pretty much what I wrote, was it's going to get revealed at this E3, but it's going to be a slight delay to like, I think it's going to be like their first big game next year.
Mm-hmm. I completely agree, because they said it was supposed to come out this year, and then Smash got announced, and now suddenly no one cares about Fire Emblem. And now this is an excuse to give them more time to polish it. Not that I play Fire Emblem in the first place. He said while looking at his 8 Fire Emblem amiibo.
I don't really play Fire Emblem that much. Well, I don't play it at all. But like I've played the demo for Fire Emblem Awakening, and it was pretty fun. But it's not something that I see myself getting into. It feels a bit, I don't know, not really my kind of game.
Well, Fire Emblem fans are going to neuter us because I've only played one of them. I played the first one on Game Boy Advance, the first American one. And I think it's okay for them to take a year off of Fire Emblem. I mean, we got Awakening, Fates, and Fire Emblem Heroes, and Fire Emblem Shadows of Valencia.
And Warriors.
And Warriors. Like, we've gotten a lot of Fire Emblem lately. If they want to take a year off of Fire Emblem, by all means, that is fine. We're getting
now announcing the 800th Fire Emblem character in Smash. Whoever is going to be in the next Fire Emblem game.
I mean,
we don't know his name yet, but he'll be in
Smash Brothers like brings up the hype for Fire Emblem quite a bit. Like it gets more people aware of the series and what the characters are. So like, it could be Fire Emblem this year, but I don't know.
That's another thing too. Actually, is that like. They mentioned in Nintendo's in their little thing that they said about what they're going to be showing, that it's going to be 2018 games only. I think that's a complete lie, because they said that last year with 2017, and Kirby and Yoshi both got shown off.
So and Metroid got a teaser. So
yeah, exactly. So
Yep.
I don't think I think there'll be a lot of 2018 games there, but I don't think it's going to be only 2018. So, Tom, what's your next prediction?
Okay, well, it's sort of a prediction and a hope at the same time, but I really hope we see Animal Crossing.
Oh,
See, I was going to initially put that on my list, but I realized Smash is coming out, and we're still in that phase behind Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild, and there's a new Pokemon coming up, so I think Animal Crossing being one of the few big franchises left under their radar with Metroid and Fire Emblem is going to be all next year stuff. I really hope that we get a new Animal Crossing this year because I love Animal Crossing, but I just don't see it coming this year.
I wanted to, and I actually had it on. I've had this list of predictions up on my computer for a while, like a little over a week now, and I took it off when Pokemon got revealed because I was like, I don't know if Animal Crossing is gonna come this year now, which is a little. I think it needs to come sooner rather than later because there is supposed to be functionality with Pocket Camp, the mobile one, and I feel like people have already forgotten about Pocket Camp, but like. They gotta have it.
I did about 3 days after it came out.
Yeah, me too.
Mainly because I couldn't play the damn game without all the server errors.
I just think that having Animal Crossing on the Switch, it can appeal to a more casual audience again, because like there's a lot of games on the Switch already that are appealing to more Nintendo fans and people who play games. But like, there's people I know that have Nintendo consoles purely for Animal Crossing because it's just such a very it's a very laid back game. Like pretty much anyone can play it.
And hey, New Leaf outsold Smash, so.
Oh wow!
Oh man, I love New Leaf. I've put 600 hours in that game.
I think even if they just do like New Leaf but upscaled in HD for the Switch. That would probably be enough, but like...
If they're going to do that, please let me transfer all of my game data from the 3DS to the Switch.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't want to have to go through 600 hours worth of it to get my stuff back.
But I just hope that they don't pull another Amiibo Festival thing, where it's like, you think it's Animal Crossing, and it's like, it reveals fancy new graphics, and then board game. Just...
Amiibo Festival 2, calling it now.
Oh no!
I think Nintendo is past that dark, dumb era of Nintendo, which makes me think that like if they are working on Animal Crossing, it is going to be a mainline one. And I hope I'm wrong. I don't think it's going to be at E3 this year, but I would love to see it there. I've never been a big Animal Crossing person myself. I played Wild World a bit on the DS. But I just couldn't really get into it, but I would love to have it on the Switch. That is something I'd put hours and hours into.
Maybe they'll go Metroid and Yoshi with it and just give us a small teaser for it to be revealed next year.
Let's hope. Maybe.
Yeah, probably.
It would be nice.
Well, I've got some more predictions. This is kind of a big one. And it falls in line with a rumor that has come out over the past few weeks that I kind of believe. I think we are finally going to see what Retro Studios have been working on, and I think it's going to be Star Fox Grand Prix.
That was on my list too. Well, Retro
That's on
Studios
mine as well.
specifically, but
I just put Star Fox Racing thing on my list because I'm not a massive fan of Star Fox like myself, but it sounds like a really cool idea.
If they're gonna do it, I'm hoping that it's gonna be like Star Fox, but also have like some F-Zero cameos in it, like maybe some racers that are unlockable, like Captain Falcon and like Goro, Black Shadow, and stuff.
Get James McCloud in there, the real James McCloud.
Have both versions of him, both the Star Fox version and the human version from F-Zero.
Oh, that'd be amazing. No, I completely think that rumor is true, and again, some sources, like Liam Robertson, of course, who was behind Mario and Rabbids, one of the ones behind that, he's come forth and said that, like, yep, I've heard that. A bunch of other sources have come forward and said that they've heard that. And, I mean, Tropical Freeze came out initially for Wii U over 4 years ago. We thought we were going to see Retro's project last year. It's gotta happen this year.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about... Sorry, just one last thing about that. What do you guys think about a release date for it? This year or next year? Or we don't even know yet?
If it is actually Star Fox Grand Prix, I'm gonna say that's like February next year. One of those off months that really doesn't get many game releases.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think it's
February or like June or something.
Yeah, I think it would be released at a really weird time because Tropical Freeze also came out in February of its initial year. So yeah.
Yeah, if that's true and it is Star Fox Grand Prix, then yeah, off month. If it's not Star Fox Grand Prix and Retro Studios is just working on something completely different, either Donkey Kong, Metroid, be it whatever, then I think they're going to hype it up pretty much harder and it'll be revealed this year.
Oh, it'll be a big deal no matter what they're working on.
But it really depends on what it is, where I'll place it.
Well, Keyblade, what do you got next?
Unsurprising to no one, Metroid, or not Metroid, Mother 3 will still not come to America.
I agree. Yep. No, good to bring it up, but I completely agree.
Surprising absolutely no one.
They're probably gonna like mention Mother 3 as like a joke, a little bit like what they did in 2014, where there was like a fan in the audience like, "Give us Mother 3," and then Reggie like sets him on fire.
That was one thing back in 2014. The internet is just so much more infamous now. Like, I think Nintendo headquarters would burn to the ground if they did that these days.
No, I think they have the balls to do it, and I think they're going to say, "We know you've been waiting for a long time, and so finally, we're going to announce we're not giving Mother 3 to you. Stop asking." That'll be at the end of the presentation.
I have a feeling that there's probably a lot of like legal barriers with Mother 3, because I looked online, just like a load of YouTube videos about the game, and apparently Mother 3 includes things like animal abuse and drug trips. It's kind of in a very stylized, cartoony Mother 3 form, but
yeah,
like
but so did Earthbound, and we got that. What is this, the 4th time we've got it?
So like if we had Mother 3, then it would probably have to be like changed a little bit, like censored for Europe and America.
I've played Earthbound, and I've looked at like, sorry, not to cut you off there. I do agree with you, Tom. Mother 3 actually does have, or Earthbound definitely does have some risky topics in it. Mother 3 is definitely worse. Not like worse, but just more, leaves more room for controversy, because there's a group of cross-dressers in it, I believe called the Magypsies.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of like, I mean, of course, there's animal abuse. There are some, I think like, some things that are a little more mature than Earthbound. So,
well, do the Gypsies have like the super like gay stereotype or anything with them? Because America and the world are kind of a lot more accepting of that kind of stuff nowadays.
Oh, they definitely are, and I don't want to.
If it does have like the stereotypes, yeah, it would have to be censored because the LGBT community would go crazy for over that.
I don't know exactly. I haven't played Mother 3 myself. This is based on what I've read, and I don't want to turn this into a whole political discussion. But needless to say, there would be some issues with bringing Mother 3 over.
Now, I'm secretly saying that just so because every time I say Mother 3's coming, I'm wrong. So if I say it this time that it's not coming, maybe we'll get it this year.
Well, hey, there we go, right?
Reverse psychology effect.
Exactly. We're tricking Nintendo into thinking we don't want it, and then they'll bring it.
Like, I really don't want Sora in Smash. Like,
never ever put that in Sakurai. No. And while you're at it, definitely don't ever put Rosalina in another game again.
Oh. Yeah, we might get some comments about that.
No, that's reverse psychology. I like Rosalina.
Of course, my bad. Jeez. This discussion's
I like Rosalina.
Forever. But there's definitely still more to talk about. Tom, what do you got?
So, this is a concept sort of thing, which I think I've mentioned in previous discussions, or like a sort of similar like concept game. But I think that what Nintendo could do as a first party game for the Switch is Super Mario Maker 3D.
Ooh.
because I think that could be really, really interesting. Like going off the success of Super Mario Odyssey, so like, the premise of the game being like you can make 3D levels but switch between Super Mario 64, Sunshine, and Odyssey.
I love that
that'd be
idea.
cool. I would throw Galaxy in there, but you really can't do that with because that's got that whole mechanic of the.
Yeah, and plus visually, Galaxy looks like in the middle between Sunshine and Odyssey, and it just, I don't know.
I'm just saying
just
that because
might not
Galaxy's my favorite game.
Yeah, Galaxy is a really amazing Mario game, but like, it's just kind of awkwardly sits in the middle between Sunshine and Odyssey, and for a 3D Mario Maker, it's like
It'd be really hard.
It's gonna be a bit difficult to put the spherical planet walking in the game.
I think it's been, you know, Mario Maker came out in 2015. I do think that we do need a sequel to that. A 3D Mario Maker would definitely do that and would also catch a lot of people off guard, and I think is the perfect announcement for E3. I would love to see that.
The Switch does have the touchscreen now, right?
Yep.
Because I was gonna say if it doesn't have a touchscreen, we can't really do that. But if it has the touchscreen, then we could do that easy.
And it's actually it's much better than the Wii U's because it's capacitive rather than restrictive. It's multi-touch, so yeah.
Now, I actually had a couple of Mario-related things, and they're both really kind of small.
Go for it.
Mario Tennis Aces is going to get like a final info update showing off some surprise characters, and maybe that they're going to have like free DLC updates like Splatoon did.
I agree. Yep, completely agree.
Because it's coming out this month. You know, it's just kind of the final thing.
Yeah.
But then Mario Odyssey, I think that we're going to get additional post-game content, including specifically all those leaked costumes that aren't in it yet, like the Link costume and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it'll be like, oh, you love Mario Odyssey? We still got more Mario Odyssey for you.
I agree. I think now's the time to really get some good... Because we got Breath of the Wild DLC at last year's E3. Let's get Mario Odyssey DLC at this E3. The costumes, of course, but I think people really want Kingdoms, and I think this would be a good time to do it, and I think it's quite likely.
Delfino Plaza.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
but yeah, definitely, those are kind of small, but I can definitely see those two getting around.
No, I think that is very likely. Another just kind of a small prediction just in line with that. Octopath Traveler, it's not a first-party game, but it is exclusive to the Switch. I also think that's going to get kind of one last final push, because that comes out in mid-July, so give that one last push in their presentation just to kind of remind people, hey, remember this awesome-looking JRPG that's coming out? Yeah, just reminding you.
Agreed.
Just one big final trailer.
I also think that they're going to follow the same path they do with Odyssey with Kirby Star Allies and show off some more Dream Friends.
Yep, I agree with that too.
Susie and stuff.
I think we actually do know that there's more coming. We just don't know what it is.
Susie Haltman or I Riot.
Yeah, no, Kirby Star Allies is great. I would love to see more content added to it.
Yeah, because didn't they just reveal DeRoche the other day?
Yes, they did.
Yep. So there's definitely going to be more coming for that.
What do you guys have for other predictions? I have two more.
I still have quite a few.
Oh man,
I've got one more, which is kind of unlikely, but let's have
Keyblade.
Go first.
I was gonna say Keyblade. You can go.
Yeah.
You want to go through a bunch of them, like fire through them, because they're all like small stuff. But
go for it. Yeah, let's do rapid fire.
Okay, Sega will unsurprisingly show off something Sonic related, and nothing that's not Sonic. Maybe if that Sakura Wars game comes to America, but I'm not getting my hopes up for that.
I can agree with that.
Mega Man 11 is going to get a small trailer, and it's going to focus on the amiibo functionality.
Yeah, anything Mega Man 11 is fine with me. Besides Smash, that is my most hyped game right now. I am so pumped for that. Please give me more. Yes.
Spyro Reignited Trilogy is coming to Switch. I guarantee it.
Yep.
Just like Crash, Spyro's coming.
I 100% agree.
We also had that leak that got taken down almost immediately that said it was coming to Switch, so
that
no doubt there.
That wasn't even really a leak. That was on Nintendo's official website.
Yeah, That's
yeah.
all Nintendo's fault there.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'll save the more wacky ones for after I get through the more grounded ones.
Sure.
A couple indie titles are going to get shown off. Don't know what they are because indie games are indie games, but they always focus on some sort of indies.
Mm-hmm.
This one is the one I'm personally most hyped for. My Hero One's Justice going to get some brief coverage and maybe reveal a new character.
Ooh, that would be
I
a very big. I think that would appeal to a lot of the Nintendo audience because there are a lot of Nintendo fans that are anime fans. So
I don't know how big you guys are into My Hero, but it's really good anime, and the game looks so good, and I can see them revealing a new character.
it is a very good show. I agree with you there.
As long as it's not Mineta, I'll be happy because that little perv makes me angry.
I just don't really watch anime, so a lot of these names and characters are just kind of lost on me.
But I mean,
yeah.
My Hero One's Justice is coming to Switch. We know that, and they focused. I think they revealed something in the last direct. I think they're going to be focused a little bit on it here. Lots of amiibo, as usual.
Yeah, we have not seen a whole lot of amiibo from Nintendo recently. And I think that's going to change soon. So E3 would be the time to do that.
A new 3DS IP is going to be revealed, and it's inevitably going to bomb like Codename Steam and Ever Oasis did. And that makes me sad.
So, just touching on that really quick, if they are going to reveal 3DS stuff, I think it's definitely going to be through the Treehouse like they did last
Agreed.
year.
Which is why it's going to bomb.
I also think that during that, I think we could see some random, weird new IP, like Codename Steam, get revealed. But I actually think that would be the perfect time to announce it's been rumored a bit, but a reimagining or a remake of Link's Awakening.
That'd be pretty cool. And that's actually a good segue into my next thing.
That
a
could
new
be interesting.
A new handheld Zelda is going to be shown off for 3DS, most likely in the Treehouse.
I can definitely see that. I mean, Samus Returns got revealed in the Treehouse last year. Why not get a Zelda remake this year?
And we're definitely not going to get the next Breath of the Wild, so we're going to need something Zelda to hold us over, because Zelda's huge. And, I mean, Link's Awakening would be cool. I would personally rather them do a remake of Four Swords, but, I mean, either way, I'd be happy with it.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get a handheld Zelda revealed, probably in the Treehouse.
Yeah,
it's surprising that the 3DS is still going strong.
They've already announced that it's going to be relevant in 2020. Like, God, it's just not going to die. It's going to outlive the Switch.
Yeah, it's the last game for it will be like this big epic crossover. I'm calling it now. They're going to make a big epic crossover with all their franchises, and it's not going to be Smash Brothers, and it's going to be the send-off to the 3DS. It's going to be beautiful. Everybody's going to sit by the campfire eating delicious hot schmoes.
Oh my God.
They're called s'mores.
But then the last Nintendo one, I still got some third-party stuff. We're going to get a release date for the Octo expansion for Splatoon 2.
Yeah. I actually think that we're going to see that, but I also think that, I don't think Splatoon 2 is done yet. I think there's going to be more
definitely
from that
not.
game.
Definitely not. I think they're going to keep supporting it at least until, 2019's over.
Yeah, I 100% agree, and I think we will see some of their plans, maybe hint at what they're going for at this E3.
Yeah, there was a mode in Splatoon 2, which I brought up in a previous discussion, which was where, you have a sort of Rocket League style game, where, it's Splatoon, but you're trying to shoot some sort of ball into a goal.
Hey, that'd be cool.
I would love that. I remember you saying that.
It works really well in Overwatch with Lucio Ball, so I could definitely see that work.
I think that they could even theme it around Splatoon's, kind of underwater sea life thing by having the ball be, a pufferfish.
Oh, that'd be funny.
God,
because that's a
awesome.
round fish. Because it's a round fish, and it, floats. It could just work really, really well. It's probably not going to happen, but, I mean, I'd play it.
I would play that too.
So,
I I got 6 more, and they're all third-party stuff.
Oh my lord!
I've got one more first party.
I will let you handle that first party before I get into any of these.
We'll go with you, Tom.
Okay, so I have a feeling that this can happen because they're both going to be, well, one of them's on 3DS already, and then the other one is getting a remake for 3DS. But there could be a new installment on the Switch, Luigi's Mansion 3.
Please be there.
Because
I love Luigi's Mansion.
They're putting. I feel like the reason why they announced Luigi's Mansion 1 remade for the 3DS is to get the 3DS audience like familiar with Luigi's Mansion, like the first game and the second game, and then they can put the third game on the Switch, and it just works from like a business standpoint.
I agree.
That would be a very... I think people underestimate how big of an announcement that would be. I think that would be a really big announcement. I could see it. You know what? I didn't have it on my list, but I could see it.
Luigi's Mansion games are really good, so I would love that to happen.
Yep.
Man. Well, I've got 2 more predictions. One of them's first party, one of them is third party. Why don't you go through some of your third parties again, Keyblade?
Okay. Dark Souls Remastered is going to get a release date.
Okay, yep.
I mean, it's Dark Souls. It's going to make a splash no matter what it is.
That's a pretty big one, yeah.
Yeah, so that one's going to get a release date. No More Heroes, Travis Strikes Back will be covered briefly with a release window revealed.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's true.
I'm not a No More Heroes fan, but I'm happy for the people that do it. And while I'm in it, I'm going to say Travis Touchdown's going to get an amiibo figure.
Oh.
I mean,
that could...
No More Heroes is, as far as I know, exclusive to Nintendo. So
I think you're right, yeah. I could
if
see that.
Solaire of Astora and Shovel Knight can get an amiibo, Travis can get one too.
It's not the craziest thing, that's for sure.
Final Fantasy VII Remake. If we get any information on it at all this year, which I don't have much hope for, it's revealed to come to Switch. Still no release date, just coming to Switch.
Didn't Square slate that as like 2021?
If they did, I'm gonna have to go kill some Square executives.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I read that it's like slated for like years from now already.
They could probably put Final Fantasy 15 on Switch while we wait. Because I feel like that can be a pretty nice version of Final Fantasy 15, like to play it on the go.
For the record, Internet, don't crucify me for saying that. I don't know that for a fact. This is just what I've read. I don't remember that exactly, but it also wouldn't surprise me.
Doesn't surprise me, not one bit. And then the other 3 are all really crazy ones, so I'll let you do yours before I go into those.
Cool. So, so my 2, one of them isn't really that big, not much to talk about. The first of which is Bayonetta 3. I actually don't think that's going to be at E3 this year. In fact,
oh, really?
Well, for 2 reasons. One, I actually don't think it's releasing this year. And because it got revealed at the Game Awards last year, I think that's actually going to be their Game Awards game that Nintendo brings again this year. I think it's... E3 is a time to reveal big games, of course, but the Game Awards has a very different kind of persona to it. I think that Bayonetta, like, you can't really... I remember when they revealed Cranky Kong as a playable character for Tropical Freeze at the Game Awards, and that just fell flat. Tropical Freeze is amazing, but that's not a Game Awards caliber announcement. Bayonetta 3 is. It's a lot more of a... You know, it's not really so much kids watching it, it's much more adults and industry insiders and media and stuff. So I think Bayonetta 3 fits a lot better at the Game Awards. So that's why I don't think we're going to see it at E3. And plus, again, I think it's still a ways off. But my... I can move on, yeah.
I can see that, them revealing something at the Game Awards, and then it being part of E3's lineup next year for Nintendo, along with, like, Metroid and Animal Crossing and whatever else is there, as, like, part of their big set of games.
That much I can agree with, yeah. My other prediction, this is first party, and this is something that has apparently been almost done for years, Pikmin 4.
Oh god, I forgot about that.
Well,
that game will never come out. That game's never coming out. I don't believe it. I don't believe it exists. I think Miyamoto was talking out of his ass. I don't believe it's real.
I don't. It is the weirdest story because, like, yeah, he just randomly said one time, "Oh yeah, it's almost done," and I think like easily over 2 years, maybe even close to 3 years, we've seen or heard nothing.
Yeah, because it was when Smash was wrapping up development when that he said that, and that was 2015.
Yeah. I mean,
2018.
I don't think it's impossible. I think it would be, again, a really big out of left field announcement because I don't think we expected Kirby or Yoshi last year, and those happened. So it could happen. I thought it was worth bringing up.
Now, have they confirmed that Hey Pikmin is not Pikmin 4?
They have. Yes, they
Okay.
confirmed that Hey
Okay.
Pikmin is not Pikmin 4.
Okay. So then we can all rest a little easy.
Mm-hmm. So that is all I had. You said you had a few more?
I do, and they're all things that you wouldn't expect. So I'm going the full Nintendo route here.
Hey, that's what E3
Now-
is about. Go for it.
Now, before I get into one of them, Elder Scrolls is a Bethesda game, yes?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So is Fallout, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Fallout coming to Switch. Don't know which one. Probably 3 or 4, but it's coming to Switch. Bethesda has shown support for the system. Fallout is huge. There is no reason
could
for
be
it
likely.
not to do. And they have a tendency to port some of their older titles, as shown with Payday and Skyrim. So I can see 3 or maybe even 4 coming to Switch as well.
Well, hey, Bethesda just announced Fallout 5, so hey,
yes.
keep the announcement
Yes,
coming. So.
I mean the one that they skipped from 4 to 76.
Or yes, that yes.
Yes, I remember that time that Soldier 76 from Overwatch went to the Fallout universe. Bethesda, man.
Weird announcement.
What were you thinking?
Yeah.
Valve Software has never really had that big of a presence on anything that wasn't Steam, but they did release both the Orange Box and the Portal games on other systems. Ports are coming. I think a collection of Portal 1 and 2 will come to Switch as well.
Portal 2 ports.
Yes.
That would actually be genius. And, of course, co-op is a big thing in Portal, so having the Joy-Cons there, like, fits right in.
That's might just be me really loving Portal and hoping, but I think that there's actually a decent chance that might actually come to Switch. And then again, I also thought that Half-Life 3 was going to happen. We all know what happened there.
It's weird, because, like, part of me says Valve games on Switch, what are you talking about? At the same time, the Switch...
I mean, obviously you can't bring Team Fortress 2 to Switch, but
yeah,
pretty much, or Dota, but the other games are mostly single-player stuff.
I mean,
you could easily bring them.
The Switch's success is unprecedented. It's truly remarkable how well it's doing. Why not? I mean, they'd be just leaving money. So many developers would be leaving money on the table, not putting their games on Switch. And Valve has a great library of games, so...
It's not very big, but all their games are of very high quality.
Yes.
And plus, Portal as a whole could work really well on the Switch, because if a person has, like, multicolored Joy-Cons, then, like, the left Joy-Con is one color Portal, and the right Joy-Con is another color.
Oh my god.
Oh, they could release it. They could release special editions, one that are orange and blue for the Portal ones. That'd be awesome. Now I want that. Now I want that even more. And then I could. There's just so much that you could do with that, and
I just realised Portal could be more of a possibility because of that Bridge Constructor Portal game that came out on Switch.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Wait, did it? Did it come out on Switch? Oh my god!
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it did.
I didn't even think of that.
I just thought of that right now.
Portal 1 and 2 confirmed for Switch. We're calling it right now.
You heard it here first.
And then there's the other one that, again, it follows the sort of like Payday and Elder Scrolls thing, in that it's a more adult game, but it's kind of older, so it's going to get a port. BioShock.
That
could
would
see
be a big one.
BioShock titles making the jump over to Switch. At least 1 and 2. Maybe not Infinite, but 1 and 2 making their jump over.
I mean, anything's possible at this point. Like, nothing you said there... nothing you said made me go immediately no. Like, I can see all of this happening at some point. I mean, the Switch is a magic machine.
The Switch is... They've shown that it's not... That they're finally taking their audience super seriously, in that it's not just kids, and that it's actually adults who want to play more than just their exclusives. Which their exclusives are great, don't get me wrong, but they've shown that they're actually competitive in the market now. They are ready to make their jump into the main market, and for every developer they get signing on to do stuff for Switch, the more competitive they become in the market. And even if they are just ports, all these other titles would make great fits. Not to mention just the sheer portability of the system will resell all these games over and over again. And because I don't have to be sitting at home to play Portal on my computer. I can take it with my Switch. I don't have to drag my Xbox with me to play BioShock at a convention. I can play it on my Switch. It fits too well, and these were just the ones that I immediately thought of because they are big games. But you could do this with so many things: Devil May Cry, Resident Evil, so many other titles that you can take this concept with and just put it there, and it will print money for each developer.
I agree.
And it's not like BioShock, Fallout, or Portal are all listed specifically as exclusives like Cuphead is. They have the ability to go multi-platform.
No, I agree, and I think, again, like I said earlier, I think this E3 is going to really show what Nintendo's third-party partners are willing to do for the console. It's a very exciting time to be a Nintendo fan.
It is a very exciting time to be a Nintendo fan because the Switch as a concept is basically limitless in what it can do.
Yeah. Well, I think we've hit everything pretty... I mean, we could go on forever, but we've talked a lot, so is there anything else that you guys want to mention?
Not on my list, no. I'm sorted.
Nintendo forever?
Nintendo forever. So, after this discussion, do you guys feel more excited for E3 than you were beforehand? The same? How are you guys feeling now?
I'm feeling more excited now with the prospect of Portal coming to Switch.
Yeah. I mean, didn't realize that until now.
I purposely have marked on the calendar at work to take my day off just for Nintendo's presentation. And now I'm even more excited for that day. I better get it off or I'll be angry.
And I am just through the roof excited. I was very excited for E3 last year. I think I'm even more excited for this one, just because there's so much that we don't know. But with that said, I think we are done here. So, Keyblade, where can people find you at?
You can find me over on my YouTube channel, Keyblade Smasher, where I talk about movies, cartoons, anime, video games, pretty much anything nerdy. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter if you want, where I post my comments, complaints, etc. about video games, cartoons, anime, and movies.
Awesome. How about you, Tom? Where can people find you at?
Okay, so people can find me on YouTube, of course, and then on Twitter and SoundCloud, as well as Instagram. It's all the same username. It's just SilverTom93. But I mainly do music remixes as well as just general topic discussion type videos.
Awesome. And links for both of your guys' channels and stuff will be in the description down below. Thank you guys both for joining me, and you know where you can find me. So, yeah, links for that will be in the description. And that's it for now. So, thank you guys, and see you later. Bye.
See ya.
See ya.